Good morning, guys. Today is October 29th, 2020, and this is your daily live lesson for Thursday. We're going to start with DOL, so please make sure that you have a piece of paper and a pencil. If you don't have one, go grab one. And remember, you need to be writing these sentences down on your paper, the ones that I type in red, because those are going to be the corrections. And remember, guys, we do this because it helps you learn how to write a sentence, the proper things that you need to have in a sentence, misspellings, grammar that needs to be fixed. So please make sure you are following along and writing this as I write it. The sentence says, do cats, rabbits, and hamsters has soft fur? So we need a capital letter. And they're making a list here. So we need to have cats, comma, rabbits, and hamsters has is not correct, soft fur, and then we end with a question mark. Okay, so go ahead and pause here. Make sure you have that written down for me, please. Our next word, don't touch that hot stove. So don't needs to be capitalized, and we need a apostrophe to make it a contraction. Touch that hot stove, and we're going to put an exclamation point at the end. Which word means more than one child? The plural form of child is children. Put these words in alphabetical order. So we're going to have four boxes. Okay, so remember, you look at the first letter. We have E, G, F, H. So we know E comes first, and then F, and then G, and then H. So that is how we would put those words in alphabetical order. Which words have the same ending sound? Bench, reach, sock, ditch. So we know the CH in bench, in reach, and in ditch. All of those have the same sound. CK makes a different sound than CH. Okay, guys, you do have your vocabulary test today. So we are going to go over those vocabulary words. Please make sure, guys, you watch this video every day when you first get on. That way you see the lesson before taking your assessments. All right. Let's talk about our vocabulary words for this week. Our first one is eminent. So here's a picture of the Abraham Lincoln statue. An eminent person is famous and important. Abraham Lincoln was an eminent person who believed that people should be treated fairly. So a synonym for eminent would be famous or important. Our next word is peasant. A peasant is someone who is very poor and may work as a farmer. The girl that played a peasant in the movie washed clothes by the river. Stately. When something is stately, it is awesome or grand. So it's big, it's awesome, it's grand. This is a stately building. Then we have deceive. If you deceive others, you tell a lie or try to make them believe something that is not true. My friend tried to deceive his father, but his father did not believe the lie. Deceive. Our next word is superior. Someone who is superior at something is more skilled than others. Marta won the first place award, which is superior to the other contest awards. So like if you're thinking about athletes, you might say that the Lakers are superior to the Miami Heat because they just won the NBA championship. So that would be an example of superior. And our last word is merciful. Someone who is merciful is kind and forgiving. If I do something wrong, my father is merciful and always accepts my apology. So merciful means kind and forgiving. That is all of our vocabs word for this week. Let's go ahead and go back to our weekly slides. Okay guys, don't forget to take your vocabulary quiz today for Gigi and the Wishing Ring, and then tomorrow is your comprehension test. Both of those are very, very important to do every week. Let's jump into math. Remember yesterday we talked about how whenever you have your tens, you take your 0, you take your number, and it creates your answer. Okay? I have a 5, I have 1 0, and I get 50. And that should say tens practice. Okay? So tens are very, very easy. Alright, today we're going to talk about odd and even. So we're going to go through these numbers. Now, the main thing to remember is when figuring out if something is odd and even, you are going to look in the ones place. Always. It doesn't matter if the number is a huge number, you're always going to look in the ones place, and that's going to tell you if it's odd or even. So I want you to always underline the ones place if it's asking about odd or even in a question. Okay? This is how you label an odd or even question. And Addie's reminding us that we always need to have a odd and even chart. So in your journal right now, pause the video, draw this odd and even chart, and write these 6 numbers down. Pause the video here and do that now, please. Press play whenever you're ready. So, in our odd and even chart, we're going to make a list of the even numbers and the odd numbers. Okay? So even numbers are divisible by 2. So basically, all of my even numbers are counting by 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, and then 0 is part of that also. Kind of like a 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, but it's 0. Our odd numbers are all the numbers in between that. So 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Those are our odd numbers. So in your journal, you should be writing this down with me. And we are going to look at these numbers. Okay? So in the ones place, I have a 0 here. Come over here. Where is my 0? It's in the even category, which means this number is even. All right? 4. Where's my 4? It's right here. So I know 54 is even. 11. Remember, I'm only looking at my ones place. My 1 is right here in the odd, so I know this is odd. 18, I'm looking at my ones place, which is in 8. 8 is in the even category, so I know 18 is even. I have 8 again, which means 78 is even. And then over here, in my ones place, I have the number 29, and in the ones place is the number 9, which is in the odd category, which means that that number is odd. Okay? So again, whenever we are trying to figure out if a number is even or odd, you need to always underline the ones place. The ones place. That's the only place that we look at is the ones place, nothing else. Okay? And then make your even and odd chart, and that's going to help you label your numbers. Okay, so we have some even bigger numbers this time. So again, don't forget your chart. Okay, so here's our even and odd chart. Pause the video now, draw this, and write these 4 numbers on your paper. Press play whenever you're ready. Okay, so remember even, we're counting by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 0. Okay, all of the odds fill in the middle. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. All of the numbers that don't count by 2s. Now, I want you to pause and think about this for a second. Where do I look in this number? If you said the ones place, you are correct. So, our number is 4,273, but we are only concerned about the ones place. Okay? So, in the ones place, we have the number 3. Let's go over here and find it in our chart. Okay, it's right here in the odd section, which means this number is odd. All right, let's move on to the next one. 32,560. Again, I'm only looking at the ones place, so let's go over to our chart and find the 0. Here's our 0, which means this number is even. Okay, I have an even bigger number now, but remember, it doesn't matter the size of the number. All we're looking at is the ones place. So I have a number 1 in the ones place. Number 1 is over here in the odd, so that means this number is odd. And last, I have the number 104,278, but again, I'm only looking in the ones place, and I know 8 is in the even section, which means that this number is even. Okay? So, remember, doesn't matter how big the number is, look in the one spot only, and always make your even and odd chart. All right. Let's do this question really quick. This is a star question. These 6 basketball jerseys are hanging on a wall. Lori's favorite basketball players each have an odd number on their jerseys. Which list shows only the numbers of Lori's favorite players? So we are looking, okay, we got to make sure we're looking for our word odd. That's our key word. Here's our question. Which list shows only the numbers of Lori's favorite basketball players? So how do I know which ones are Lori's favorite basketball players? I know that all of those are going to be odd. Now, I want you to make sure you're on a piece of paper, and we need to make our chart. Even, odd, because this is an even and odd question. Okay, so remember, even numbers count by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 0. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. And we are looking for odd numbers. It says it right here, odd numbers. Okay? So, what place am I going to look in all of these numbers? The ones place. Remember, always underline your ones place to show your work and draw your even and odd chart. Okay, so let's look at 21 first. The number 1 is in the odd section, so I know 21 is going to be in my answer. 0 is in the even section, so I know that's not going to be part of my answer. I don't want even. I want all of the odd numbers. 5 is in the odd section, so I know 25 is odd. 52, 2 is in the even section. 52 is even. I don't want any even numbers. 50, the number 0. Where's the number 0? It's over here, which means that's even. I don't want any even numbers. And 33 is over here in the odd section, so I know 33 is odd. So we're looking for 21, 25, 33. 21, 25, 33, which means G is our answer. All right? So today, make sure in reading you listen to the story, listen to the vocabulary words and how the author is using them. Make sure that you go through the math lesson, watch the odd and even video. Please make sure you draw your even and odd chart for those questions, because that's going to help you. It's really going to help you on that Canvas quiz, guys. Make sure you draw your even and odd chart, please, okay? And take your time answering those questions. All right, y'all have a good day. Bye, guys.